Join us on the journey this week as we have a week of absolute newbie brain.
It's your fault.
You noob.
I did a bad thing. I don't think it's gonna work. I gotta retool, and that's not gonna work.
Oh. What did you do? Why are you guys following us? We don't have the answers.
We showcase a stop-off that we've experienced before and love. And for once, we embrace the tourist life.
Well, we're in the wrong site.
You know, when you change things around and do things different, different drivers, different setup, you make mistakes.
It's
and
true.
This one's just kind of a funny one. Luckily, we haven't hooked up our power, and the trailer just got done auto leveling. So I guess the universe wanted me to put the RV in today, so we're gonna put it in reverse and back it up, go one side over, and hopefully the power works on that one.
Let's hook up.
Amateurs.
Newbies, you noob. Why not kick this video off with an honest mistake, but an easy fix? We are now in the right spot. Congratulations.
It's your fault. You're the one who parked it in the wrong spot.
Under your direction.
At least now it's in the lines completely. We're here at the RV Self Park here in Sullivan, Missouri. We've got a few things planned to do this afternoon. We had an awesome week in Illinois last week. Hopefully you guys saw that. If not, check those videos out. Technically, this is not a campground, it's an RV parking lot. So there's no shower house, there's no laundry room, there's no attendant on duty, there's no site manager or anything like that. You go online to rvselfpark.com. I believe you can book as little as 4 to 8 hours. So if you just wanted to swing in, take a nap, or dump your tanks or whatever, you can take care of all that. Once you book your site, you select your check-in time, and at that time, that's when all your utilities come on. So right now we've got a little blue light, so we can hit the door release, and our sewer is right there. Your power is right here, obviously, and it's only on if you've paid. And then your water connection is here. Everything's video surveillance, so it's very safe. We're right here next to I-44, so we're close to all the attractions. Heard it click, we're good to go.
And now we're gonna be proper tourists and go explore a little bit before Cody has to go back to work tomorrow.
Boo.
We finished our cave tour. We've passed this how many times?
Hundreds of times.
Hundreds and hundreds.
Every trip going from Illinois to go home and see our family, we drove past here, and we were always just in a hurry, and it was a holiday, or we had limited time.
Sure.
So we never stopped, and so we thought, we're here, why not stop?
I felt like it was a little touristy.
A little bit.
But we kind of knew that coming in. They have kayak options. They have this awesome little zip line thing course. That's kind of cool.
They got a museum. It is kind of neat because Jesse James actually hid out here when he was on the run. So that's kind of cool. There's like an element of the Old West theme to it, which is kind of neat.
Nature's an amazing thing, though, to see these formations, and that is pretty fascinating. We got very lucky that we were the only two on the tour.
Last tour of the day, pro tip.
Yeah.
Get a private tour. Did you learn the difference between a stalagmite and a stalactite?
Stalactite fits tight to the ceiling. Stalagmite, you might trip on it because it's the ones that come up from the floor.
You were listening. Nice.
I listen.
I completely expected you to butcher that. So I think we're gonna go take the dogs on a nice walk. There's a good pet area back at the campground, and that may be it for the day. Maybe grab some dinner. So since I did the Lazy Man's hookup the other day, I'm out here to hook my water up, and it's been 3 weeks since we had a full hookup campsite, and I haven't been doing a really great job of flushing. I never wanted to be the guy that was in line at the dump station and holding everybody up while I put a bunch of water in the tank, and I was too lazy to make extra trips at the honey wagon. We're not having any kind of issues with our black tank right now, but I want to prevent it, so I'm going to do a good flush. So first things first, let's get these sewer hoses hooked up. Speaking of 3 weeks since I've had full hookups, it's been that long since I got the dump buddy. So I picked this up at the Hershey RV show about 3 weeks ago. At the time we were on full hookups and I was already hooked up, and I had just a little bit of an issue getting it to work there, and I've been waiting for a chance to try it on a more traditional, usual sewer setup. So this one has a threaded connection, so we don't really need the dump buddy here. This is more going to come in handy when you're in a non-threaded connection and your sewer hose kind of sets like that or like that. You get some smells. It's designed to hold this on. So you roll that up over the top of your sewer inlet, tighten it down, push it to lock on both of them, and in theory that's supposed to give us a great connection. And since I've got my dirty gloves on, will you open that hatch for me?
That's too much.
So while we're waiting on the black tank to dump, let's go ahead and start the process to regenerate this water softener. You guys have seen me do this before. I usually pick it up, turn it upside down, make sure all that sediment gets out of there, soak myself in the process. Then you do a 10-minute back flush. Then you add 2 jars of salt to it, and then you flush it slow for 15 or 20 minutes, then you flush it full blast for about 10 minutes. I love this thing, but I hate how much water it wastes, and I think I have a solution. Now in theory this should work, but I gotta figure it out. It might take me a second. Something that always bothers me about flushing the water softener is how much water I have to dump out onto the ground, and I thought, wouldn't it be great if I could just use this water to flush my black tanks? And the reason you don't want to drink out of it immediately is when you first regenerate it, it's got a super high salt content. Like, it's almost white water coming out of it. So you don't want to drink it. You don't really want to run it all through the house, but I really don't have a problem running it straight into my black tank flush. I figure we're going to waste the water anyway. Why not do it for a good cause and flush the black tank? I'm going to use a female to female garden hose connection. I believe these Save a Drop flow meters are good to run in any direction. It does have a flow on it, but I don't think it's going to hurt it to run backwards, so I'm going to thread that into the other female fitting, and then I'm screwed. Right back where I started. Oh, hold on. I just had it hooked up the wrong way. Put it where the water would normally come in, and then I'm screwed again. I had an idea during a nap. You could call it a dream or a vision. It didn't work out. I don't have the right adapters to make this work. I'm confident they're out there, and I'm confident I'll find them. This won't work. So while I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and start back flushing this water softener, so we'll be ready to resalt and regenerate.
One thing about this RV park is that it is right next to a very, very busy interstate. We just don't hear a whole lot in there, so we're not too sensitive to the noise. But if you are sensitive to it and you like to leave your windows open, just something to think about. Oh,
you have one job. Well, it's half done.
Smarty.
Good job, babe. So we're about done with our back flush here. Our initial dump on the black tank's done. So the next, I'm gonna wait until I start doing it. Why am I talking about it before I do it?
I'm very confused.
So while this wouldn't work to utilize the back flush water, I can and have used the salt flush to flush my black tank. With this little female to female connector, reverse my quick connects. So now we're ready to put salt in it and flip it. It's a lot of waste, guys. I'm gonna figure out a way to do the back flush at least through my black tank flush. I can't stand to waste this much water. Okay, you'll see what the inside of a water softener looks like if you haven't seen it before. Those are your resin beads.
Poke it. I don't know what that accomplished.
I don't know what that accomplished. Now we just do 2 26-ounce table salts right on the top.
And that just releases the gunk off of the beads, right?
Essentially, from my layman's way of explaining it, based on what I know, is that the salt basically cleans up the beads and makes them fresh and new again. And I think you can do this for several years. I have looked up the cost of the replacement beads, and they're really not all that expensive to get a bag of them on Amazon, but this seems to work great. The trick is getting the lid tight, but not too tight. One of the nice things about RV Guard is they did give me a bunch of accessories with this that just come with it. And one of which was an extra rubber O-ring for this cap. I haven't had to use it, but I'm glad to know I have it. All of that water that would otherwise go out on the ground is flushing the black tank.
I'm so proud.
I'm being conservative.
I'm very proud of you. After we went to the wrong spot, we had to rehook up and move. And we were so focused on getting into our new site, we failed prior to unhooking to check our slide clearance. Now, thankfully it worked out where we didn't have to hook up again and move the camper, because I probably wouldn't have told you about it. Well, yeah, we probably would have.
I did a bad thing. I came walking out here and I forgot that the disco planter was right by the door because I'm not used to this.
So what'd you do?
I stepped on it and raked a bunch of the shiny things off of it.
Is it broke?
It's not broken.
Oh.
It just, well, I mean, it broke the leaf off this aloe vera plant, 2 of them.
I'll take that. Poor aloe vera. It's bitter.
Okay, so you get a trash bin access code when you get here and hit the check mark.
Why are you guys following us? We don't have the answers. Cover your eyes. We paid for this service.
No, don't do that.
I can see it. I see where it's at. It's just a couple feet in front of it. Done.
When you call, you get this whole thing about how it's a fully automated RV park. And if you listen to about a 3-minute message at the end, you get the option to hit 0 and speak to a representative, which forwards to a voicemail. More importantly, did you actually get that bag in the trash can?
It made it.
All right, I stand corrected. She did it. You guys saw it on the video. And we did all of that running around, and we've still got 5 minutes left on our flush timer.
So tax and all, we figured this place to be about $36 a night for us to stay 7 days. What was funny, we actually only planned to stay here 6 days, but it was cheaper to book 7 than 6.
It was cheaper to book 7 and leave a day early than to just book 6.
What I find very valuable here is the way that you book. If you book it and we put our ETA for noon for the power to come on, you have until noon within a 24-hour period if you book a 24-hour period. So you don't really have to adhere to campground check-ins and check-outs. You kind of set that to yourself. So if you're getting here late in the evening, then you have until late in the evening the next day if you book a day or a week or whatever. So that's kind of cool.
Timer's done. So I didn't mean to bore you guys with me doing the water softener, but I am gonna figure this out. I have it fixed to where at least when I'm doing the flush out part, I can use that for my black tank flush and not waste a ton of water. I'm gonna figure out the back flush situation to where I don't have to waste any water doing it. But either way, it's still another RV project done for the day and we can go relax.
What did you do? It's excursion time. Cody locked the door. I have everything I need, but I did carry out a bag of quarters for some reason.
We're not doing laundry.
I think it needs to go in the house. It's a high theft item. We did it again.
Ah. Yeah, well, the funny thing is I put this on at like 6 o'clock this morning. So I know I wore it first. So this one's on you.
I gotta start looking at you. This place that we're going tonight is ridiculous. And we've told you that we've passed this place, this stretch of highway, hundreds of times. I always refrained from stopping in.
But we always talked about stopping in.
It's a little ridiculous. But we're being tourists today. We're gonna embrace it. I need a fanny pack or something. See what kind of trouble we can get into.
So is the town actually called Uranus?
According to this map, it is. We're being tourists today. And, okay, I want to make a sexist statement. There's no doubt that some men came up with all of this.
There's a lot of slogans in Uranus.
Women don't get as much of a kick out of poop and butt jokes. Maybe a little. But nobody gets this much of a kick out of it.
Guys never really grow up. We just buy bigger toys and make bigger messes.
There's a lot to look at here.
They got a tattoo parlor in Uranus.
Say it isn't so. Where? Tell me where this belt buckle is. Who wouldn't want to look at the Route 66 largest belt buckle?
In Uranus.
We get a tattoo?
Not here. Not gonna get a tattoo in Uranus. What is it?
Care of caution.
Oh, goodness. I'm locked up in Uranus.
Look, coconuts in Missouri.
Coconuts in Uranus.
He can't make me leave these sections anymore.
You've been looking for the perfect wine topper.
I have been looking for the perfect wine
Is that
topper.
it?
I've been looking for the perfect wine topper within a reasonable price. I don't know that this is it.
How much?
$15.
Oh my goodness.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Is that one too?
Am I about to spend stupid money on something stupid in a tourist gift shop?
We're being tourists today.
Tourism's expensive. Thought I lost my keys, but I found them in Uranus.
If there's anyone that's visited this place, let me know how long this goes on. How's your cream soda?
Well, how can I say this nicely? I don't have to. It's garbage.
I tasted his cream soda and it is horrible.
I mean, what do you expect? It came from Uranus.
My Big League Chew, however, is delicious.
Absolute waste of money. It's going to be
It
gone
is
before
not.
we get down to the next exit.
Your sugar drink is a waste of money.
It was. I'll admit that. The sugar drink's garbage.
This is not worth the money.
Please don't get any of that on the seats or in the floor.
Me?
Fun fact, we've had this truck 2 weeks as of today, and we have over 1,800 miles on it. I mean, in all honesty, we usually do drive between 2,500 and 3,000 miles a month, so that's not way uncommon.
Well, I think that's going to be a wrap for this one. We were total newbies on this video. We were absolute tourists on this video.
We're off our game a little bit. It happens. It happens. We all go off our game every now and again, and at least in this situation, nothing bad happened. Just a little shenanigans.
You better knock on something.
Little shenanigans. Well, up to this point. But we do love this RV self-park. It's the second time we stayed here. I think if you had your first rig and it was a shakedown trip, that's the kind of place you want to be. Limited stuff going on, easy pull-throughs, everything's paved, everything's nice and easy. Or if you just want to figure out how long you can go on your tanks, or if you're not really comfortable backing in, that's a really easy pull-through, or it sure beats a rest area at night.
All right, we will catch you guys on the next one.
See you guys on the highway. It's a little warm. It's got hot here at the end of July.
It is not July.
Oh yeah. And now we need to hook the water up.
Spider on it.
Interrupted my program for a spider.
I'm sorry. I think he's still alive. Mission accomplished.
We love our water softener, but because we haven't been on full hookups, I won't go into that. And I always feel so guilty. I'll wait. One of the problems I have with the water softener is oh no, well, let's think about this. Oh yeah. Nope, that won't work. Oh yeah, it will, maybe. My solution here is we've got in and out. Water hose comes in, goes out to the camper. We need to be able to reverse that. I don't think it's gonna work. I gotta retool. This was one of those ideas I had when I was napping.
Oh, it was a nap idea.
It was a nap idea. So if I go
Those
here,
go in a special bucket.
and that's not gonna work. There's a way to do this. Oh.